So here recently, Munbyn came out with a new thermal label printer. Now this particular model is an RW403B. This was sent out to me to try out and test, like they've done with several other models in the past, and I've always been really impressed with the Munbyn products in terms of how reliable they are, how easy they are to set up and use, and I've not really had any problems with any of the printers that I've used up to this point. So I've been trying this new model out here for the last couple of days to get a feel for it on how it prints, how quiet it is, and just how user-friendly this particular model is. So let's take a second to go over a few of the features that this particular unit has with it. Now this is a Bluetooth printer. As long as you've got an Apple or Android device, you can download the application and use the Munbyn Print app with pretty much little to no setup time. All you've got to do is connect it through Bluetooth and basically sign up for an account and you're off and running. Now you can also use this hardwired to a laptop if you've got that, or a desktop computer. This is a USB-C to USB-C cable, and you'll have the ability to print from that as well. Now these little printers here really excel in a multitude of different ways. Not only can you print your 4x6 style labels like you see here for if you're going to do shipping labels, and you can do those in high quantity very quickly, but you can also print all kinds of different decorative labels, whether it be for your business and you're doing any kind of branding, or if you're just simply wanting to print thank you labels for that matter. You can go through a lot of the preloaded templates that are already in the Munbyn app. Simply just click on those designs. You can alter them in the app as well if you want to change any of the text as well as the font, and then you can print those labels very easily. All of these printers basically have two different resolutions to pick from. So depending on which model you pick up, you can either get a 203 DPI or a 300 DPI, with the 300 DPI being just a little bit better print quality. So if you're printing anything at all that's got any kind of intricate detail and that really makes a difference to you, you might want to see if you can find a model that has a 300 DPI resolution built in. This particular model here prints on the 203 DPI, which you can see with the labels I've printed here, even with some of the clarity on these smaller ones like this, they still print extremely clear. So you really, honestly, there's not a huge night and day difference in my opinion between those two resolutions. But nonetheless, I want to make you aware of that just in case you were on the fence as to which resolution might be better for you. These printers for the most part all have a hinge style. So essentially you're going to push this button down here on the side that's going to open your label printer like so. And there's something else I would recommend doing is picking up one of these little caddies like you see that I've got back here behind this. Now this is also made by Munbyn, and this is just one of several different style little label holders that you could pick up. But essentially you've got your bar here at the top that you can load up your labels like you see here, and you can essentially just put that on their little rack and lock that in place. The bottom tray down here is to hold the 4x6 labels. Now what's really cool about this little printer here, and what's kind of sort of the first of its kind in terms of thermal printers from what my understanding is this particular unit has what they call DAC Technology. Essentially it's got a chip inside of this that it will run off of, and this little chip helps with the alignment of your labels. Now if you've never owned a thermal label printer before, then you're probably pretty aware with if you don't get these things just perfectly aligned, I had a hard time printing the label appropriately, and sometimes you get where it actually prints off the label sometimes. This DAC Technology is supposed to help with that misalignment so that it basically gets the label loaded in there correctly and oriented in the way it's supposed to be the first time. And as long as you get that little label over the black roller here, you shut your lid down, and you'll notice that this thing automatically loads itself just like that. Now something I noticed about this particular model that my other models do not do is usually when you load a new roll of labels on this printer, you lose that first label because it just spits out one label unprinted. So essentially you're wasting a label every time. This particular unit actually feeds past and then backs it up to the beginning of that label, so there's actually no wasted label with this particular model. I thought that was cool. Not that that one wasted label is going to cost me a lot of money, but if you're constantly swapping rolls from time to time, that actually could add up to be a pretty substantial amount of waste. So as you can see, I've got this little label maker here loaded up, ready to go. What we'll do is I'll go ahead and go into my app here real fast. Within this app, we're just going to select something that's preloaded, and if you go in here, you can see where it's got all sizes. We'll go ahead and select the one that says 2x2 because that's the label I went ahead and loaded in for sake of example. Now what's cool about these Munbyn printers is you could put all kinds of different sizes, shapes, color, different labels in here. They've got some really fun ones out there as well, so if you're wanting something that's kind of unique for your branding to stand out, you can take a look at all the different label types and see if there's one that fits your unique style the best. But we'll go ahead and just pick one out of here from the mix, and we'll just click on something simple here. We'll do this thank you right here. I'm going to adjust this in just a little bit because the purchase is off the label just a touch. So we'll move this in just a little bit, get this centered back up, and then I'll go ahead and hit the print button and then hit print again. And just like that, we've got a label. Tear that off, and you can see that's as easy as it gets right there, guys. So to give you a couple examples here, I printed a few more as well, and I printed out a couple 4x6s, and these are just pre-made templates that they had on the Munbyn app. You can also create your own, which is what I've done here. So we run a farm here, and I print a lot of labels for my egg cartons and things, and this is just one of the little labels that I have for my farm. And what's really cool about this printer is it's able to print transparent labels as well. So this is a clear label that I was able to print, and it thermally makes it black. So when I put this on a clear carton, it just gives it a nice clean look when I put that on the egg carton. And then they've got some fun labels like this too, and you'll see this particular one, you can get these in different colors, but it's got kind of like a decorative shape around the label. Kind of makes it unique to you. You can really dial in and design these out in a way that makes your brand really pop. So overall, pretty impressed with this little printer that Munbyn just recently came out with. Not to mention this one's also a little bit quieter than the other ones that I've got as well. I think as they come out with newer models, the footprint on these things gets just a little bit smaller, and it also gets a little bit more quiet and a lot more efficient. So with every iteration so far that I've been able to get my hands on, it seems like they tend to one-up themselves with the newer models as they come out. So if you're looking for a new printer and you're looking for something that's extremely cost effective, check out this RW403B. I think this is going to be a really nice printer for a lot of you guys just getting started, whether it be that you're a small business owner or you're just looking for a decorative way to wrap gifts and put stickers on it. This is a great item to pick up and have around the house at your disposal. Other than that, I think that's all I got for you on this video today, guys. I appreciate you taking the time to watch, and we'll catch you on the next one.